everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie from the Farmhouse Mom, and I upload every Tuesday and Friday. In today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit of the outdoor decor that we finished on the farmhouse, as well as a couple more little inside touches that we did. We also baked 4 different cookies to prepare for the Christmas season ahead. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to our farm. So last week we did complete the gate, so we got that all decorated, but I found a couple more Christmas decorations underneath in the basement. So we grabbed those, we put up a couple of candy canes, and then also along the walkway I wanted to put some candy canes. I like a bright tacky Christmas, mostly because I have kids, and so the more muted tones are really beautiful, and I think maybe I might do that as I'm older. I don't know, if I have grandkids, I probably are going to want to make it fun and festive for them as well. But I like a nice colorful Christmas, so when the kids, walk in and out of the house, they feel very excited and it's very fun and magical for them. We had one post that we had not finished on the porch because that's where my wisteria vine grows, and it was still green, so we didn't want to damage it by wrapping lights around it, but we got a really hard couple frosts, and so all the leaves died back, so we were able to wrap that post. I also have this little area to the left of the door where I have a lot of hooks, and we used to put our farm clothes there, our jackets and our bibs, but I got so tired of it being just so cluttered all the time. So I did move all of our boots and all of our farm clothes into the laundry room. My husband put up a nice board with some pegs in it, and I actually repainted and kind of did a little mini remodel on my laundry room, and I'll show you that Friday. But for now, I have that nice and clean, so it is not cluttered like it always was. And I have a little wagon that I put out there that my husband got me a few years ago. And I had the garland over the door, but I really think it needed to go all the way down to the floor. And then I got these really beautiful kind of bronze gold floral little balls at the 25-cent store. And I feel like I mention this almost every video lately, but it is the holidays. So I did not grow up celebrating Christmas or any holidays or any birthdays. So I really have only started collecting Christmas decor probably the last 4 or 5 years. So I am still kind of finding my Christmas style. And when I, first started celebrating Christmas, I just went out to Walmart and bought a bunch of stuff. And I have been having a lot of fun over the last few years collecting things at thrift stores and collecting things that, just appeal to me and finding my Christmas style. Me starting to celebrate holidays is not really what this channel is about at all, but since it is the holiday, it kind of comes up. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and bake some cookies. I'm going to be really busy the next couple weeks because we are going to have our goats start to kid. So we're going to have some cute little baby goats running around soon, and I just didn't want to get behind. We have quite a few activities that we're going to have to be doing the next couple weeks, so I wanted to bake ahead and freeze some cookies. We made some gingerbread cookies, I made sugar cookies, and our favorite cookie is probably a shortbread cookie, and I made some chocolate chip cookies. All of the recipes that I used are off of farmhouseonboone.com. Lisa Bass is such an amazing resource for sourdough. If you do not visit her website, you have to go there. I daily visit her website and use her recipes. I also wanted to use fresh milled flour for these recipes. So if you just saw me grinding flour in my NutriMill Harvest, and then the red bowl that you're looking here, that has all of my soft white wheat, and that's what I'm going to use for my cookies. That's what I use for biscuits. And then the hard wheat is what I use when I need more gluten for breads and different things like that. So I've mentioned before that I want to start moving over to just using whole wheat, and I kind of been doing half whole wheat and half white flour. I've been doing that probably the last year or so. And I'm saying whole wheat, what I really mean is fresh ground flour. And I do think there's a learning curve, and it takes a little bit of skill to only bake or cook with just fresh ground flour, because it does behave a little bit differently than the really fine commercial flours. But I've been working toward that, and I've been just kind of introducing it to my husband and kids. And then in January, we're going to make the total switch over, and I'm going to try to only use fresh ground flour. And the cookie I'm putting away now is the gingerbread cookie, and I added half whole wheat or fresh ground flour and then half white flour. The cookie that I'm making now is the shortbread cookie, and I say everyone is our favorite. I think the gingerbread is Jackson's favorite. I really like that one too. It's really chewy and really delicious. But this one, the shortbread, it always disappears pretty quickly. I did 100% fresh ground flour on that, and it turned out so flaky and really delicious. So if you are interested in starting to grind your own flour at home, you can use my code TheFarmHouseMom and get an extra $20 off the holiday sales that NutriMill is having right now. And I will leave that information linked below in the description box. I did get an email yesterday from the lovely lady that I work with at NutriMill, and she said we could let our audience know that there are going to be some price increases in January just due to production and just due to inventory. So the Bosch mixer that I'm using right there and the NutriMill Harvest, or any grain mill that they have, your best opportunity for value and savings is right now before January, and then you can also use my code. Do you see where I am in the kitchen? I'm on the other side of the island, and that is where I keep my cookbooks. But that little top shelf, my husband put like a little closet rod in there, and at Sam's Club, I got a big thing of saran wrap. So I do try to cut out most of the plastics. We use glasses, we use glass plates and dishes. We don't use hardly any plastic, but something that I do still use is saran wrap, because for baking, it's hard to get away from the plastic wrap. So I do use that, and to be able to pull that out, I use that all the time. That's something that I really love right next to my plate rack. It is usually a lot easier for me to tear the saran wrap off, but you know, when you have to show somebody something, it's like it never works out. It always sticks a long time. So while the cookies are chilling in the sourdough refrigerator, I'm gonna put a little bit of decor on my plate rack. So my husband made this for me about a month ago. If you look back at my previous videos, if you wanna see us making it, you can. I'm going to take a minute to show you how to tie a bow. You might already know how to tie a bow. I thought I did until I started using velvet all over the house, and I discovered I had no idea. So you make a loop, and then you wrap the ribbon around the loop. And then as you're holding that, you keep the same side and you make another little loop, and then you twist it and push that through that little center portion. And then if you're using velvet like I have been, then both sides will be the same. So velvet is only on one side of the ribbon, so when you tie just a regular bow, it doesn't quite look right. So I have been honing my skills at tying bows this year. What I decided to do for my plate rack is hang a little ribbon up there so I can hang my vintage cookie cutters that I got this year. As I was hammering this, that little green plate kept moving, and I thought, oh boy, I should have taken all of those plates down before I started hammering it, but it's just really that green one that was, kind of a little iffy. So I put the ribbon underneath the bow and I nailed that in, and then the same thing on the other side. I put the ribbon underneath and then I tacked a bow on top. As I started hanging the cookie cutters, they started to add just a little bit of weight, even though they're really thin aluminum. And I just thought that it needed to be up a little bit more. So I did do the smart thing and I took all of the plates off, and then I got my little DeWalt stapler and I just pulled it tight a little bit and stapled it so it could be nice and taut, because I also wanted to add some orange slices to it. It has really been feeling very cozy Christmas around here, and to make things even cozier, I finally got my batteries from Sam's Club that I ordered, and I love all of these candles that have real wax on the outside, and they give off such a beautiful warm glow, especially since it gets so dark so soon before 5. And it's just a little touch of softness that you can add around the house, and I put them everywhere that I can, and I also put them on the little entryway where we have our brass candlestick holders. Okay, my husband specifically requested that I put this footage in. He wanted to show that he is doing the dishes. He wanted credit for that, as most husbands do, and he did a great job. We just baked a small sampling of the cookies tonight just so we could enjoy them for today and the boys could have them as snacks. As we were waiting for the cookies to bake, Jackson made his list for Santa. I'm so proud of him. He has been working so hard in homeschool, and he's getting really good at writing. He's even spelling and reading a few words, and he's doing such a great job. He's growing up so fast, and he's getting so big and smart. I hope you are having a cozy and happy Christmas season. I will see you Friday and I will show you my new laundry room that I painted, and we may have tiny baby goats. If not, I will certainly let you see what else we are doing around the farm. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, and I hope you have a great week, and I can't wait to see you Friday.